Okay, so I got to do the 770 i230 comparison I wanted to do the other day. Tracked down a shaft, not my shafts, but a shaft. So shaft for shaft comparison. Spoiler alert, if you skip ahead to the data, you're probably not going to see much in it, but you probably missed the point of what's in it. So took some comparison pics everybody kind of liked them the other day. The 770 obviously is a little more compact. The whole line's kind of known for that. 230 is a little longer, and the 230 is a little thicker top line. I honestly think the 230 top line is a little thicker than the i525. I posted some of those in that first video, the comparison of the i series. I think it's actually a little thicker. It doesn't look bad though. The 770 obviously has a little bit more squared transition at the heel, at the hosel transition. From the toe, you can really see the camber in the i230. I really like a sole with more camber to it. It really kind of jumps out at you there. Overall thickness is like right about the same. The 770 might actually be a little thicker, but they have that kind of beveled back edge that's chromed. So you can see from above here, it's real close. The 230 is just a little bit longer blade length, and you know, it's just a little bit taller, I think, as well. Just a slightly bigger profile, but overall they look really good. I like the grooves on the i230. I just think, you know, it's 17 grooves instead of 14 on the 210s. I just think it makes it look like more of a player's iron over the ball. So like I said, I set him up with DG120 S300 shaft, a little soft for me, but I wanted to swing him a little more full today, and I realized after the first couple with the i230 that I was lined up a little wrong. The machine was kind of off kilter for where I thought the target was, so I just kind of had to go with that initial draw point. So it's not quite as much of a push draw, it's just more of like a straight draw chart, but whatever. So we'll start with the i230 and see if you guys can hear anything in it, because I definitely noticed a difference between the two of them. Okay, so I started off just like I was the other day, like a kind of warm up 130 ball speed, and ramped it up all the way up to about 140. Wanted to kind of see a progression there, you know, get the sound difference. Sounded really consistent to me, and I actually healed the first one a little bit, and even the feel of that just felt pretty solid, pretty good. I mean, ping feel's never been my favorite, but I thought it was really, I mean, like I could tell where I was hitting them very easily, but the feedback was good. But the sound and feel was pretty consistent across it. I thought it was pretty good. And then I switched to the 770, and I had a pretty quick reaction. We'll play through the shots, and then I'll show you what happened. Okay, same thing. I tried to, you know, start about 130 ball speed and work my way up to 140. Pretty easy. I actually think there might be just a little more punch on the center in the 770s. But I'll show you after my first shot my reaction to the sound difference, switching from one to the other. I mean, it was pretty immediate. It was a pretty decent strike on that first one, but it sounded sharper, like immediate difference. And then again on my second one, I'll show you. I mean, I basically just like, they don't sound as good. I don't have anything against 770. I played 770 when they first came out while I was waiting for my MCs to come in. I actually won a couple good matches in Vegas with them. And when you're right in the center of them, they actually feel kind of mushy to me. Even I play a firm ball, I swing fairly fast. Right in the center, they feel a little mushy. And then if you miss it just a little bit in each direction, they sound like an edge, you know, like you get that techie kind of edgy sound and feel. it jumps in there really fast. So in the 230, I thought was really consistent in that feel. I mean, definitely get the feedback on where you're hitting on the face. But to me, I totally prefer the 230s on the sound and feel there. So I hit 8 with each, and we'll take a look at the data. You see the ball speed, everything. There's just not a whole lot in it in the direct comparison between all the different strikes and kind of starting off and building up to that higher speed. 1 yard and carry. Like I said, normally my start line would be a little bit to the right, but I was kind of off on where the machine was aligned. I should have checked it before I started, but launch angle, everything is all right there. The i230 is just a little tighter with the spin, a little tighter with the ball speed, a little tighter with the carry, and overall, like I said, just and the thing, I hit the i230 worse. Like the first one, I don't know if you can tell, I healed that pretty hard. But still really good consistent results on everything, which is what I found the other times hitting them. And I think it shows up in the comparison when I eliminate the two biggest outliers for each. So I went back and I was like, boy, there's really nothing in that. Like maybe I can see if I get rid of some outliers where there might be something else. And when I eliminate the two outliers for each, just so like best contact of each six, you can see that the 770 gets tighter, the deviations shrink down. But what stands out to me is that the i230, like nothing changes. I mean, like the launch comes down just a tiny bit, but I mean the ball speed's exactly the same. The spin's 30 different, carries the exact same. And for me, when I'm hitting a bunch of shots and I try to eliminate the outliers, like you go down to just your best ones, you take out the miss hits, whatever like that, and those deviations don't change, the results don't change. I mean, I feel like you got something consistent in that. So that, like I said, is what jumps out to me from the data from that set. All right, that's pretty much it. I don't think I'll hit them again unless I want to get some, dot them up and get some club data, which I probably won't. But I want to show, this was when I ramped up the speed. This is another kind of stock shot for me with those clubs at that loft. Like I said, I'd take them retrospect. But the spin retention and spin consistency in these, it's just been impressive from the start. I mean, I don't normally spin something I launch with that kind of speed at this loft with that kind of spin, and being able to do it again and again. I love the Micromax grooves. I think it adds a lot of that consistency, and like I said, the feel's been good. And the 770 comparison, I just wanted to do it. We have new ones coming in like about 5 weeks. I think the demo heads will hit stores. Everyone can try the new 770s. But I'd actually like to put these up against the new Cobra King Forged, or the Tour Forged, when they show up. Because the last ones were 33 degrees. That's a Player's CB, more like this. And probably about similar size too. I think that'd be a really cool comparison to do. But I think these will show up, it's retails in like 2 days. They should be out on the shelves. Everyone can get a chance to look at a full set, hit the demo heads, see what you think. And like I said, love them or don't.